Yes, I have been healthy my entire life. I always did all of the yearly checkups, mammograms, pap smears. I did colonoscopies. I had one probably when I was 50, and then my second one I had when I was 56. I just turned 56 in July, and then in September I had another colonoscopy. And that is how they found the ovarian cancer. I went in for a routine colonoscopy, and the doctor asked me if there was anything that was bothering me, and I told him I had a slight pain on my left side, sometimes, not always. So he did the colonoscopy, and then he told me that everything was normal with that, but he wanted to do some further tests because the colonoscopy, when he went in, he said it was very tight, and he wondered if there was a cyst there or something, so he just wanted to check that out. So he set me up for an ultrasound, and in the ultrasound they saw 3 large masses and then several small masses. At that point, I don't really know. I guess I was thinking I need to go home and tell my husband, because we didn't really suspect anything. I wasn't sure how I was going to do that because he's had much cancer in his family, and most all of those were people who had smoked. But so I was concerned about that. I didn't know what the next steps were, and I was concerned about that. So those were probably my 2 biggest concerns. From everyone who cared for me, of course, the people at Heartland Oncology were fabulous people. Doctors, all of the doctors I met and worked with, all of the nurses that I worked with when I'd had some surgeries, they were marvelous. So once we got the diagnosis and worked through the insurance company, then I started chemo, which was 3 rounds of chemo once every 3 weeks, and those lasted about 6 hours. So I would go in about 8 in the morning. My husband would take me, and he wanted to stay most of the time, but I said, you know, if you just go home, I'll rest. And so then I would sleep, and he and many times our daughter would come back and bring lunch, and we would have lunch together, and then it was, you know, soon time to go home. And that first week after the chemo, I rested a lot. I would sleep a lot. The second week, I had a little more energy, and the third week, I felt pretty good, and then we would do it again. So I did 3 rounds of that, and then I recovered for a short while, and then January of 2015, I had a complete hysterectomy. And so then after I was recovered, I went and had 3 more rounds of chemo, same as before, and that was just an insurance policy, they told me. So I finished my last chemo on March 23rd last year, and then my husband said, I think we should go on a trip or something, and I said, well, let me think about that a little bit. And so we decided, rather than a trip, I wanted to have a celebration. So we had a celebration with friends, family, colleagues, many, many people, and we did that at the winery in Glenwood. We just had the best time. We had it on a Friday after school, so we had all the people coming from school, people from Council Bluffs and our church came down, my family all came. So it was just a big celebration, and a memory I'll never forget. My hairdresser, Carl Farmer, has done my hair for 30-some years, I'm sure. And Carl, when he found out that I had been diagnosed, he called me and said, when you are ready to go shopping for a wig, if you would like me to go with you, I am more than happy to do that. And when you're ready to shave your hair, just call me and I will come to your home and shave your hair. And then just this past week when I had my picture taken, he offered to do my hair for me. And I'm like, well, Carl, you don't work on Tuesdays. And he said, I do this week. He absolutely was there for me, always will be. I feel like I'm the one who's gained the most out of this journey. I feel like I'm closer to my close family, my older brother, my sister, my younger brother, of course my husband, our girls. You know that life doesn't go on forever. So I've gained the most of anybody, I'm sure.